Willock, and we're starting a new metal roof today. And unfortunately, very unfortunate for the owners, the metal roof that was on it is coming off. The roof has failed. Fortunately for the owners, there was a little hail damage, so they were able to get some money from the insurance. But it's always a shame to have a situation where you have a good product poorly installed, and that's what really goes on when a metal roof leaks. This one was installed poorly around the chimney, up and down the walls. It was installed poorly around the pipe vents. I just saw another one that's under construction now. They're doing the same absolute going to fail process that was done on this one, probably even the same crew, same neighborhood. And so, you know, when I see that kind of thing, I just think, why not get it right? To give you an idea of what it causes is the chimney leak alone, and they have another leak that's pretty severe. They have pipe leaks that's going in, but the actual chimney leak alone caused enough damage that the entire floor on the lower level had to come out of one of the rooms, bedroom. There was damage to the baseboards. So you're looking at replacing the entire flooring. You're looking at replacing and doing paint and woodwork around the base. It's just a real shame to take that shortcut of getting the labor done too cheap or just not supervised well enough. A lot of times it's not the money. A lot of times you pay full price, but you don't have a method that they're going to get it right for you. So we're going to be working on this metal roof. We have two crews here. We're actually doing another project in back, and that is a deck that's going to be overlooking the lake. But what I'm talking about today is the roof and how we want to get it right and make sure it doesn't leak. Already we have installed new flashings up the stucco. Let me show you those real quick before they even tear out the old roof. All right, it may be a little hard to see, but the flashing where the stucco changes color there, that's a new flashing. Now to get that in and get it right, the only way to do that is you've got to re-stucco, color coat that entire wall. And then of course this has an acrylic paint on it. And because of the acrylic paint, you've got to match that up real good, but it really has hidden all the issues. There's absolutely no way you can tell that that was not part of the original house. Fantastic job for the stucco guys. All right, it's always a little noisy as my crew moves in, and they're bringing a lot of things to work on the deck. It's actually a rebuild of the deck above a boat garage, I would call it, but boat dock. And now that you've seen the flashing on the wall, the stucco there, I want to also mention that any place that you have a wall like that, they did such a poor job that they really created an impossible not to leak situation. And so it's the same way on the chimney. The chimney was stucco also, and it was even worse around the chimney. It was over 32 inches wide, did not have a cricket in it. Anything that they can do cheaply, that was done on homes that sell for a whole lot of money. Okay, it's been a little crazy today, and it sure got warm after that crazy little storm came through about 11 o'clock today. Here's a look at that little storm blowing up the lake as it blew on out. It had rained a little bit before that, but it really was kicking up its heels as it came out to the lake and moved on out. Now, I hear all the time, you know, well, these guys do it a lot cheaper. Listen to what you're saying when you say that. Yeah, there's a lot of guys who do it a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. Cheap always costs you money. Ruined floors, ruined carpet, just like in this house. We're gonna go up on top and look at the decking. This is a metal roof that should not have leaked, period, for 75 years. It should have been in good shape. But instead, they took every shortcut they possibly could, and we're gonna go look and see. The guys are replacing decking. I'm not even sure I got enough. I got a half a dozen sheets of decking. I can see one more left on my truck there, and we're going to go take a look and see what's going on. We've already got a lot of decking going in right here, right here. You can see the underlayment was getting wet from that pipe. That pipe was broken because it wouldn't come up, had too much caulk, and guys call it pookie, had just way too much pookie on it to do that. And so they're replacing the decking in here, and you can see how wet it actually had been. Man, this even got down into the rafters. So this had always leaked, and this is just a leak right here. I can't remember. I remember knowing that it was here before. There was something funky about the roof itself up here, just where they'd done a bad job. And you can see it just really has been rotting away at this part of the house. And then you've got this that's been leaking around the chimney. Of course, we knew this was leaking. This also destroyed a floor and baseboard, everything down on the lower level. And here we've got more it's just, yes, you can get it cheaper. This is what cheap gets you almost every time. And sadly, everybody just wants to do it fast and cheap right now. And that's not the fault of the public, except you just keep asking for it to be less and less expensive. When you just keep asking for it to be less expensive, less expensive, less expensive, you know, this is a one of a kind. Every house that is built out here should be one of a kind. We went and looked at a house that, had I known who the builder was, they build hundreds and hundreds of homes a year. Had I known who it was, I wouldn't have gone to look at it, because, you know, it's not just one leak that they are aware of. It's a lot of leaks. And sure enough, what a mess. So maybe I'll throw in a little piece of the video here regarding that, but you can only build it so cheap and get quality. You just can't keep trying to get the price down, doing it cheaper, and think that it's going to come out in a quality way. The two don't mix together. This is very difficult. You take a bunch of boards out in the field and you put a house together. Just imagine if you were to tell somebody wearing the blue collar shirts, coming up to your door saying, hey, we build cars. Okay, build me a good car. Okay, what do you want in it? A steering wheel and 4 tires. I mean, come on. No telling us what you're going to get. But that's what people do every day when they build or add on to or modify their house. Standards and specifications, you've got to understand that somebody who is leading the team, somebody who is ahead of that company, cares about your outcome. There's so many people making money today by just doing volumes of work, not caring and moving on. I worked for a guy like that in California. They called him in the Los Angeles Times the big baboon of roofing, or big gorilla, or something like that. You know, when you make the front page and you got a wonderful picture there of you finally making it in business as the big baboon, not really great, but he'd already made his millions and he laughs about it today. And there's just people like that out there. This is beautiful. This is Horseshoe Bay, and absolutely an incredible day out here. It did come a crazy storm at 11 o'clock. I mean crazy. And hopefully I captured enough of it that you get an idea to see in a little patch of that video. But the guys showed you the pipe a minute ago that the guys had broke off because it had so much tar around it. But then as they were trying to fix around it, they realized it had never even been glued in to the pipe below. So there's been leaking going in there, not just around the pipe, but in the actual joint of the pipe itself was never adhered together. So it just came apart. sad, but that's the way we're seeing so much work out there today.